Hello, friends, and thank you as always for visiting the Legend Sports Universe YouTube channel. Legend Sports Universe, where legends play forever. This is the Franchise Stars Baseball League Game of the Week, created for the mod I developed for MLB The Show 22. This matchup features the scalding hot San Francisco Giants off to a 13-2 start. Visiting the Cleveland Indians, the Indians were presumed to be the favorite in the American League Central. They have scuffled out of the gate a bit. They should figure to be there at the end, but right now they go to a Giants team, or I should say they host a Giants team, that started off the season 11-0 before suffering their first defeat. Cleveland handed them their second loss in the series opener, but San Francisco won Game 2, setting up the rubber match here on this beautiful Sunday in Cleveland. Jim Bagby gets the start for the Indians. Bagby 0-1, a 1.76 ERA through his first two starts. He will face Freddie Lindstrom to lead things off. Lindstrom off to a red-hot start, as is pretty much this entire terrific Giants lineup. Bagby is into his windup, and we're going to get underway here. Cleveland at 6-8, fourth in what figures to be a tightly contested American League Central. Bagby's pitch, looped by Lindstrom into right, tracked down by Lajoie at second base. Makes the grab for the first out. The Giants line up Lindstrom, Thompson, and Mays, Ott, Mitchell, and McCovey, Posey, Kent, and Travis Jackson. Look at those averages. You got lots of guys there doing well, and guys who have scuffled out of the gate are guys you know are going to produce. So the Indians are going to hope that guys like Mel Ott don't start breaking out today. Wait till they leave town. Here's Hank Thompson. Thompson batting .267, 3 homers, 10 RBIs for Thompson here in the early going of the year. Bagby delivers. That's shot by Thompson, right to Lajoie at second. Quick throw to first, and there's 2 men down. So good start for Bagby, who retires the first 2 Giants. Here's Willie Mays. Mays off to a great start, .317, 5 homers, 13 RBIs. OPS up above 1,000. Pretty much what you expect from the Say Hey kid. Last 9 games, 3 homers, 7 RBIs for Mays. Breaking ball, Mays goes to right, puts it through the hole for a base hit. So a 2-out opposite field single for Willie Mays gives the Giants a first inning base runner. Good piece of hitting there for Mays. Neither Lajoie or Tomei even thought about moving, as that was blasted through the hole. Here's Mel Ott. Ott, .227, Mays going. Martinez's throw nowhere's near in time. That's Mays' first stolen base. You know, Mays can steal if he chooses to run. He certainly has the speed for it. Never a huge base stealer. But that was more by choice and style of the time than capability. Ott grounds this one to second. So Lajoie makes all 3 putouts in the inning. Or assists, rather, I should say. Side is retired. Mays' single goes for naught. We go to the bottom of the first. Giants nothing. Indians coming up. So again, with the release of MLB The Show 23, well, I'll get to that in a minute. Tim Keefe gets the start here for the Giants. 3-0 in his 3 starts. A 1.08 ERA. He has been dazzling so far. 0.48 whip. 11 hits allowed in 25 innings. Only 1 walk. Keefe has been terrific. If you are unfamiliar, check out Tim Keefe's stat line on Baseball Reference. Old school, terrific pitcher. Here's Napoleon Lajoie. Lajoie batting .185 to start the year. He has been slow out of the gate. Breaking ball. Keefe starts him there for a called strike on the inside corner. There you see the Giants 13-2 on top of the National League West. albeit in the early goings of the season. Lajoie, high fastball, fouls that one off. Count goes to 0-2. Keefe into the windup. Rocks and fires. Fastball misses low and away. Waste pitch there. Lajoie doesn't bite on that. 1-2 the count. So as I was mentioning, MLB The Show 23, the new version of the game, is coming out this week. I will not be developing for that game. This project takes a lot of time. And the breaking ball freezes Lajoie for the strikeout. So 1 away here in the bottom of the first. You can see the StatCast pitch sequence from Keefe going off speed, fastball, fastball. Another curve. Good job mixing it up. Got a couple of different curveballs there. But MLB The Show 23 doesn't allow you to import from 22, and I certainly do not want to go recreating this entire project. So this project will stay with 22, will not be developed for 23. 22 is a great game. We've got the stadium creator, like here, like Cleveland Stadium, and pretty much everything I could want to do with the game is able to be done in 22. And I also just view it as a slight to mod creators to not let people import year-over-year stuff, and to users in general. Why not let your people, who've been loyal to your franchise, as Michael Brantley bounces out to McCovey there for the second out here in the first. Why not let them continue stuff that they've put their time into? So here's the Indians order, and you can see it's been a slow go out of the gate for them. Lajoie, Brantley, and Ramirez, Thome, Doby, and Easter. Ramirez, Martinez, and Andres Jimenez getting the start at short in this one. Usually he's been playing second, and Lajoie has been the DH. So here's Manny Ramirez. Again, like the rest of this Indians lineup, just a slow start for Manny. 224, one solo homer, his only run contribution in the early going here. You can see the scrolling out-of-town scoreboard. We'll get to that a little bit later. Check in on the other games going on today in the FSBL. Popped up, foul ground. McCovey giving chase. Puts it away. Nice job by Stretch to get there. Indians go down 1-2-3. We head to the top of the second. Giants and Indians scoreless. So Kevin Mitchell will start things off for the Giants. One of the few bats that has not been hot to start the year. 192. Does have 3 homers. Bagby needed only 8 pitches to get through the first. First pitch in there for a strike. See them shifted. Ramirez, Jimenez, and Lajoie, along with Thome on the infield. Pitch, high fastball, popped up at the plate. Victor Martinez sheds the mask. Puts it away in fair ground, 1 down. Again, the prognostications before the season saw the Indians as the champs here in the AL Central, the White Sox contending for a wild card. The Tigers and Twins may very well contend, as here's Willie McCovey. McCovey off to a terrific start. 404 out of the gate. This heart of this Giants order, and really top to the bottom, is just exceptional. A great draw. Again, if this is your first time checking into a Franchise Stars Baseball League broadcast, I set this up, each franchise with a 100-player pool of their best players, top 8 at catcher and all the infield positions, 20 outfielders, 25 starting pitchers, 15 relievers. Then a random generator in a spreadsheet selected 40 guys to be with the franchise for the first year. The remaining 60 will come into the franchise in subsequent drafts. McCovey pulls that one through the hole, past the diving Thome into right. for a 1-out single. So that gonna get those batting gloves and elbow guard off of Willie McCovey. Again, all these broadcasts, I continue to see different equipment things that I want to kind of adjust. So I will adjust all of those things going forward and adjust them on the master file, which I will ultimately update in the vault. Here's Buster Posey, 211 to start the year. Posey pulls this one to left, but it hangs up and is caught for the second out. So Posey set aside. McCovey stays at first with 2 down. Brantley puts that one away. Here's Kent. Jeff Kent, 367, 5 homers, 10 runs batted in. Again, see what I was saying when I got into that, talking about the setup. As Kent chops this one in front of the plate, tough play from Martinez. Kent's going to be safe at first with an infield single. You won't see that too often out of Jeff Kent. But this one was just perfectly placed, chopped right in front of the plate. On the dirt, does not go foul. Martinez possibly could have let that try to go foul, but knowing that Kent doesn't run that fast, he figured he had a play on him. Here's Travis Jackson. So the lineup that every team's 40-man draw, obviously your deep franchises have more to pick from, but not all of them got a great draw. The Giants, however, did. They got Mays, they got Ott, they got Kent, they got McCovey. Their pitching staff is very solid with Keefe, Joe McGinnity. Madison Bumgarner is in there. Carl Hubble is in there. So the Giants got a very, very good draw, and you have seen that as that one dumped out into right field. Runner coming around, throw coming home, cut off. They're not going to have a play, and the Giants have a 1-0 lead. Travis Jackson goes the other way for the RBI single. Just over the glove of a leaping Jim Thome. So the Giants have a 1-0 lead. Order rolls over. Here's Freddie Lindstrom. 2 outs, first and third. Lindstrom fly ball to center. Doby camped out under it, puts it away, and the side is retired. But Travis Jackson gets the Giants on the board. We head to the bottom of the second. Giants 1, Indians nothing. Here's Jim Thome, 317, 2 homers, 5 RBIs for the slugging first baseman. He will face Tim Keefe. Keefe only needed 10 pitches to get through the first. First pitch fastball. Inside for ball 1. Thome, 2 homers, 5 RBIs in those last few games. The Indians need him and pretty much everybody to heat up. Well, like I said, Thome banged 317, so Thome hasn't been the problem. But the rest of the lineup trying to play catch up. 2-0 as Keefe falls behind here. Thome way out in front of that fastball. Swings and misses. It's 2-1. Keeps delivery. Thome rips it but foul. Count now be even at 2 apiece. Keefe into the windup, and Thome absolutely crushes this ball. We are going to be tied, folks. Jim Thome leaves the yard in a big way. Keefe got that pitch up, and Thome got that pitch out. Keefe frustrated. He knows he made a mistake there, and that is the kind of mistake pitch you cannot make to Jim Thome. Absolutely destroyed. Doby congratulates him after the homer. You cannot leave that pitch there. Look where this thing goes. Deep into the seats. StatCast calls it 4:24, and Tommy ties the game here at 1. Larry Doby off to a miserable start. 130. A home run and 2 RBIs. Doby's numbers will be there. Terrific player. Expect that to manifest itself as the season goes forth. That is a very, very tough strike call. Generous call there for Tim Keefe. That is at the letters and inside. But nonetheless, it evens things out at 1-1. Keefe's delivery, breaking ball, down in the dirt, 2-1 the count. Into the windup. There's the pitch. Doby turns it, pulls it way foul though. And that'll even things out at 2-2. Keefe delivers. Up and away, Doby swings at it to protect. Especially given that first strike call that was made. Fouls this one off into the seats. Count still 2-2. That one way in the dirt. Doby lets it go. Luke Easter waits on deck. Doby, fly ball out to center. May is over. He's underneath it. This will be an easy play for Willie, who puts it away for the first out. So 1 down here in the bottom of the second. That'll bring up Luke Easter. Easter, like Doby, and pretty much all this Indians lineup, scuffling out of the gate. 167 for Luke Easter. And we are in the early going. Only 14 games played by the Indians. So we are not even 10% of the way into the season. FSBL broadcasts will be twice a week. Tuesdays and Thursdays here on the channel. There may be an occasional bonus broadcast if time allows for me. As I said, I think I just said Tuesdays and Thursdays. Mondays and Wednesdays will be the FSBL broadcasts. Called strike up high on Easter. So I'm giving the high part of that zone. We've seen that now on a couple of calls. Easter goes down. Here's Jose Ramirez. Ramirez batting .238. Another high strike called. So hitters are going to have to adapt to that if that's going to be the zone all day. Going to do basketball and baseball Monday and Wednesday. Hockey Tuesdays and Thursdays. And football once football starts. I'm in the off season of the LSUFL and contemplating a game change from First Strategy Football to Action PC. So if that goes through, I'm going to have to take a little bit of time to reset that. This one flown into shallow left, hanging up there forever. That thing comes down with snow on it, but it comes down into the glove of Kevin Mitchell. The stupid show uniform glitch doesn't take away from the fact that Tommy homered. Not for the Giants, but for the Indians. We head to the top of the third. San Francisco and Cleveland tied at 1. Here's Hank Thompson. Thompson 0 for 1. Getting back to the schedule, Fridays on the channel are going to kind of be hodgepodge. I may do review videos of those stat updates or whatever in the league, or other projects that I'm working on once I start working on them. But I'm also going to be trying to get my boxing stuff going again regularly, as that one is fouled off down the left field line. Out of play. Using Title Bout Championship Boxing, we'll try to get back into that. I had done a couple of broadcasts and I really enjoyed doing them, and then just as I got into working on projects, predominantly this one, the boxing is kind of what fell by the wayside there. But I want to get back into doing that because I'm a passionate boxing fan and love doing those. So we'll try to get back into that. 0-2 count here as Bagby works to Hank Thompson. Fastball. Bagby tries to go up in the zone, but that one was called outside. Checking the out-of-town scoreboard. This one grounded down to first. Tomey takes it to the bag himself. So Mickey Tettleton, 3 homers in a game for the Tigers in their victory over the Royals. Mike Napoli drives in 5 for the Angels in a win yesterday over the Rangers. It's a happy Easter from all of us at MLB The Show. Time is almost in sync with modern day. That will evade quickly. Yankees and Orioles. Orioles up 3-0 early in that one. Twins hold a 1-0 lead over the Red Sox. John Stone, his first home run of the year, a solo shot there, gives them the 1-0 lead. Oakland holds a 2-0 lead over the Blue Jays. Frank Baker has an RBI in that one. Starting in a bit, Tigers and Royals. Again, that Tettleton 3-homer game was a yesterday result. Rays and the White Sox also coming up shortly as Mays grounds out. McClanahan and Burley going in that one. Angels and the Rangers going. Andy Messersmith and Gaylord Perry, 2 pitchers who have scuffled out of the gate, although Messersmith was terrific on opening day against the A's in a tough luck loss against Lefty Grove. This shot hit well. Out to left center. Doby on the run. Can't get there. It gets to the wall. We're going to have extra bases. Around second, heading for third. Throw gets in, but it's going to be a triple just out of the reach of Larry Doby. Mel Ott with a 2-out triple brings up Kevin Mitchell here in the top of the third. Doby gave that one a great effort. Had Ott played to pull and came up just a bit short on the lunge. Fastball misses away. Bagby takes his time in the set, delivers. Mitchell fouls it back, 2-1. Bagby looks in. Mitchell cocks the bat. Lines this one to right. Towards the gap. That's going to get down to the wall. Ott will score. Mitchell heading for second. He'll be in with an RBI double. Kevin Mitchell drives in the run, and the Giants reclaim the lead at 2-1. So Bagby, after retiring the first 2, gives up the triple to Ott. Even if Doby had played that ball a little bit better out in center on Ott, that's still a double. And Mitchell still probably brings him in there. Here's Willie McCovey. McCovey singled and scored his first time up. 5 homers, 11 RBIs on the year for McCovey. So Bagby's going to try to keep this from getting worse. Breaking ball. McCovey yanks it deep but foul. Pitch from Bagby. McCovey rolls it out to first. Bagby goes over, fields it himself. He just tags McCovey near the line for the final out of the inning. But Kevin Mitchell with the big hit, RBI double, puts the Giants back on top. We're heading to the bottom of the third. Giants lead the Indians 2-1. So here's Victor Martinez, 261, a homer, 3 RBIs. Martinez figures to pretty much be catcher exclusively. Don't see him getting a lot of first base time with Tomey around. Although, of course, you could always play him at first to spell Tomey, let Tomey DH occasionally if he needs a day off. Also give Martinez a break from catching. And you see on the scroll, John Lester, 2-hitter. 7 innings of 2-hit ball in the victory over the Twins yesterday. They're playing again today. Lefty Grove striking out 11, allowing a single run as the A's defeated the Blue Jays yesterday. 2-1 count. In there for a called strike. 2-2. So Cleveland won the first game of this series. Joe McGinnity threw a complete game shutout at the Indians yesterday. Martinez down the first base line. Dive and stopped by McCovey. Can't come up with it cleanly, but it's ruled a foul ball. So the count stays at 2-2. Struck him out. Fastball off the corner. Martinez chases. Third strikeout for Keefe, and we have one away here in the bottom of the third. Again, Keefe basically multiple curveballs and a fastball. What he comes at you with. Here's Andres Jimenez. Jimenez off to a good start. Batting .356. He had been playing second base predominantly. Lajoie being the designated hitter, but Jimenez plays short today. Lajoie plays second. Terrifically athletic player, Andres Jimenez. Fastball fouled off. Count goes to 0-2. Fastball misses inside. Count goes to 1-2. Up high, and Jimenez chases. So Keefe working in and out, up and down, all over the zone. He has been in the zone to start this season. The Indians becoming his latest victim so far today. So 2 down. Here's Lajoie. Lajoie 0 for 1. Breaking ball in there for a first pitch strike. Lajoie struck out his first time up. That one misses. Count goes to 1-1. 2 down here in the bottom of the third. Keefe delivers. Another curveball. That one in there for a strike as well. So count now 1-2. As Keefe stares in. And another breaking ball, completely having him fooled. Lajoie goes down looking. Keefe continues to look sharp. His only blemish, the Thome home run. We head to the top of the fourth. Giants hold a 2-1 lead. Here's Buster Posey. Posey hit it hard, but lined out to Brantley in left his first time up. Posey's been slow out of the gate. He's now at 207. Bagby deals. Fastball misses inside, 1-0. Bagby delivers again. Posey down the right field line, but foul. Count goes to 1-1. Here's the pitch, fouled off. Again, the Indians offensively have struggled out of the gate here. They are still the favorites to win this division. Weak ground ball to second. Lajoie has time, throws to first, gets Posey for the first out. See, the Indians have quite a solid draw here. Here's Jeff Kent. Kent 1 for 1. He singled his first time up. Bagby delivers. Fastball misses inside. Count goes to 1-0. Kent 4 homers his last 8 games. Thing with the Giants that their lineup is so deep that even if one guy doesn't get you, the next one eventually probably will. Orioles up 4-2 on the Yankees. Bob Neiman has a home run and 3 RBIs in that game. Derek Jeter is homered for the Yankees, his 4th of the year. Twins still lead the Red Sox 1-0. Blue Jays have tied up the A's at 2 apiece in the 4th. Tapper back to the mound. Bagby off, throws to first. Gets him for the second out. Yunel Escobar has an RBI there for the Blue Jays. Tigers and Royals scoreless in the first. Mickey Lolich, Zach Greinke, the pitching matchup there. Rays and White Sox also scoreless. The Rays are just going to have a real hard time. No two ways about it. Mark Trumbo has hit a 2-run shot, his 3rd of the year as the Angels lead the Rangers 2-0. Phillies up 1-0 on the Marlins. Al Orth and A.J. Burnett, the pitching matchup in that one. Pirates lead the Expos 2-1 in the 4th inning. Jason Kendall has hit a solo shot for the Pirates there. Cardinals and Brewers scoreless, they're just underway. Vinegar Ben Mizell and Corbin Burns, the pitching duel there. Diamondbacks over the Mets 2-0 in the 4th. Rubio Durazo, his 3rd home run of the year for the Diamondbacks. Cubs and Rockies yet to get underway. Fly ball here to left. That'll end the inning as Brantley pulls it in. So we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Giants still lead the Indians 2-1. Brantley, Ramirez, and Tomey due up. Brantley grounded out his first time up. Indians got to try to do something here to solve Tim Keefe. Oh, 1 pitch, misses outside, 1-1. Keefe into the windup and delivers. Brantley down the left field line. That's slicing away. Don't think Mitchell's going to get there. He gives up on that ball and falls foul, 1-2. Keefe fires, grounded down to first. McCovey has it. He'll take it himself for the out. So 1 down here in the bottom of the 4th. Here comes Manny Ramirez. Ramirez popped out his first time up. And the Indians waiting for Manny to get hot, like they are with pretty much their entire lineup. Breaking ball there, misses low and away. Count is 1-0. Fastball. And he fouls it off. Count goes to 1-1. Manny fouls another one off. Counts now 1-2. .50 pitches now for Keefe here in the 4th. That one down in the dirt. Manny swings at it. Good scoop there by Posey. He'll have to throw down to first to complete the strikeout, but he does. 6 strikeouts for Keefe now with 2 outs here in the 4th inning. That'll bring up Jim Thome. Thome's first time up. He hit a shot that was charted by NASA, as that thing got way out of here. Keefe's only mistake to this point. Wind up and delivery. Thome pops this one up on the infield. Jackson, underneath it, puts it away, and the side is retired. So Keefe continues to cruise. We head to the top of the 5th inning. Giants lead the Indians 2-1. So the uniforms, I will generally, when I am doing these broadcasts, I will put teams in old school uniforms just because I think they're fun. So the Giants in these old 70s, early 80s orange unis. I remember these. My high school uniforms are actually very much like these. And the Indians, so for the purposes of the Franchise Stars Baseball League, there's no more Cleveland Guardians. I turned them back into the Indians. And I made the Angels back to being the California Angels. And I got rid of the Nationals and put them back in Montreal as the Expos. So to do that, I had to go and create, basically create them as new teams and create the new uniforms. I did not create the logos. The logos were created by other guys in the vault. So I downloaded them and then incorporated them into into making the uniforms. But I certainly don't want to take credit for that, as I did not do the logo creation. This one hit well out the center. Doby gets back, gets underneath it, and puts it away for the first out. So unfortunately, I cannot share the uniforms, but I will try to get on and post a video about how to do the uniforms if anyone else is interested in doing so. But I mean, the Expos, I just feel like they belong in Montreal. I feel like the Expos should come back. That's what I grew up with. And same thing, the Angels, the whole Anaheim, Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, Los Angeles Angels. I mean, again, growing up, they were the California Angels. That's why I want to put them back as. And the Indians, I'm not going to get into the whole politics of that. It's just they've always been the Cleveland Indians, and I don't really see any reason why they shouldn't be. So I put them back as being the Cleveland Indians. If you disagree, that's cool. You're allowed. But, then if you decide that you want to download this mod, just don't replace the Guardians, uniforms, and they'll be the Cleveland Guardians in yours. All good. Shot here out to left. Brantley going back. He's got a beat on it. Puts it away with the two-handed grab for the second out. So 2 men down here in the top of the 5th. Here's Willie Mays. Mays 1 for 2. Singled his first time up. Grounded out to short his last time. Bagby at 53 pitches. This game moving along fairly briskly. 1-0 as the breaking ball misses down low. Fastball in there for a called strike. 1-1 the count. Fastball misses down low. If you are new to the channel, first of all, thank you for watching. I hope you will kindly subscribe and also follow the Legend Sports Universe Facebook page. Say that Mays went there, count 2-2. But I do have other sports here on the channel. The Legend Sports Universe Hockey League, Legend Sports Universe Basketball Association, and the Legend Sports Universe Football League. All of which are done somewhat similarly to this. This is the only one that uses real teams. All of them are fictional teams, but the same general idea of players throughout history being pulled together, and then they are randomly drafted, and that's how the league develops. This one is deep to right. Going back at the track, at the wall, it's out of here. Willie Mays goes the other way, picks up home run number 6 on the season. That ball just kind of kept on carrying. But Mays takes Bagby deep, and the Giants have taken a 3-1 lead. There's a pitch from Bagby, and again, Mays just waits on it and drives it. Into the seats for the 3-1 lead for San Francisco. Here's Mel Ott. Ott 1 for 2. Fastball misses. 1-0. So in Bagby is pitching fairly well, and still has given up 3 runs here in the 5th. So a pitching line doesn't seem great, but he's really been fairly effective here. It's just this Giants lineup very, very deep. 2-0 count. Here to Ott. Bagby deals. Ott Down to third, Ramirez, diving stop, knocks it down. He's going to try to get him, and he throws it away. So Ramirez makes a great play on the stop. Couldn't grab it clearly, though. Throws it over Thomey's head. It's going to be a single and an error, allowing Ott to take second. Nice job by Ramirez to knock it down. Ramirez is a very solid defender over there. But unable to make the throw after the knockdown. Thomey retrieves it. Ott goes to second. That'll bring up Kevin Mitchell. Mitchell 1 for 2, had an RBI double his first time up. 2 outs here in the 5th. Fastball in there for a called strike. Three RBIs in the series so far for Mitchell. Popped up right behind the plate. Victor Martinez squeezes it for the final out. But Willie Mays, doing Willie Mays things, goes deep out to right. Into the seats, we head to the bottom of the 5th. Giants lead the Indians 3-1. Well, that I think I kind of probably overrated Jim Bagby's performance. I mean, he has given up 8 hits through the 5 innings. So I think I may have been a little bit generous in Bagby's performance here. So, you know, if you're not getting pummeled by the Giants, especially the way they've started off this season, if you're not getting pummeled by them, it seems like you've done a good job. It probably speaks more to the Giants than it does to the to the Indians or Bagby's performance in particular. Tim Keefe, however, has been excellent. His only blemish, a solo home run from Jim Thome. Only hit for Cleveland. We start the bottom of the 5th. Here's Larry Doby. Again, this Indians lineup has struggled here in the early going of the season. Pretty much collectively. That one misses down low. The combo of Doby and Luke Easter certainly at the heart of those struggles. Pulling Lajoie as well. This one down the right field line, falling. It falls just inside the line. That's a base hit for Doby. So Doby dunks one down the right field line. Sometimes a bloop like that can get a hitter going. That's what the Indians will hope for. Here's Luke Easter. Easter 0 for 1. Struck out his first time up. Has a 3-run homer for his only hit in the series to this point. Breaking ball, swung on and missed. And another breaking ball inside ties Easter up for the strikeout. That is strikeout number 7 for Keefe.
Now batting, third baseman, Jose.
Just nothing Easter can do there. That is an awkward swing to say the least. So one man down. Here's Jose Ramirez. Ramirez 0 for 1. Lines this one the other way. Back deep down the right field line. Hits off the wall, but just foul. Ramirez flew out in the second. You know, it's funny. So the broadcast, you can set up the broadcast here in MLB The Show as like the MLB The Show theme, which is kind of like a fancier kind of setup, I think, like in their eyes, or set up a broadcast as kind of a regional theme, which is what this one is today. I kind of like the look of the regional theme more than I like the bigger scale MLB The Show theme, actually. I kind of like the little regional view. I think the box score presents well. I think that little stat box that they just showed for Ramirez is nicer than the one in the main one. It just kind of feels a little, I don't know, a little more classic in line with the whole idea behind this project. So 3-1 count as Keefe works to Ramirez. Pickoff throw over there. Dolby gets back in time. McCovey puts a gratuitous tag on him. Pitch from Keefe. Ramirez fouls it off. So the count is full with 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. Larry Dolby on first. Pitch from Keefe. Breaking ball swung on and missed. Down goes Ramirez. Strikeout number 8 for Keefe, who all of his off-speed stuff has just been working brilliantly today. Again, he throws in an assortment of curveballs and slop, mixes in a solid fastball. When he's on, as he has been all season so far, he's very tough to contend with. Here's Victor Martinez. Martinez was a strikeout victim himself back in the 3rd. Fastball there, fouled off. Count goes to 0-2. Delivery from Keefe. High fastball, fouled off. Again, the ump has been giving the top of that zone all day, and Keefe has used it to perfection. He has stretched out the strike zone throughout this game. This one fouled off down the left field line, out of play. That was Keefe's 70th pitch. Keefe can throw all day, though. Fastball misses up and away. Count goes to 1-2. Delivery there. Pulled through the hole, base hit into right field. Runner will hold at second. Dolby does not try to advance, which makes me happy. We've seen a variety of base running, throughout these first few broadcasts. We've seen some terrible base running. We've seen also some very cautious base running, which is what you want to see. I want to see a mix. One of the big things I did when I did this project is I kind of stretched out the ratings. This one grounded down to 3rd, picked by Lindstrom, who'll take it to the bag himself for the force to end the 5th. So we head to the top of the 6th. The Giants still hold a 3-1 lead. So Willie McCovey steps in. But one of the big things I did ratings-wise, particularly with defensive ratings, base running ratings, stuff like that, is try to stretch them out a bit to make players feel different. The biggest error I feel like sports games make, by default, and that I see roster developers kind of make, is that they don't put enough differentiation. That one fouled. It looked like Brantley got there and had an opportunity at it and just plain missed that ball. So we'll see if that comes back to haunt him here with McCovey. Make everybody feel too similar. If you've got a 100-point rating scale and you're just rating everybody from 75 upwards, well, you're wiping out 3/4 of the scale. So you have a means of making players feel a bit differently. So you use that scale when you test, and you make sure that scale comes into a place where you're still getting realistic numbers. I mean, if you use the full 100-point scale, but then when you put guys at 20, if those guys can't catch a cold in the field and they're making 90 errors, well, then obviously you're not going to use the whole scale. But that's why you test and you retest and you run things through. But a big thing for me is always trying to make kind of differentiation. I want the players to feel different. I want your top defenders to really feel like, wow, those guys are better than the other defenders in the game. The default ratings in MLB The Show, far too many diving plays and great plays and stuff like that. As this one is cranked into right for a base hit. So McCovey tees that one up. That was a laser off the bat. 111.8. Less than a 10-degree launch angle. That is called hitting it on the screws. And that'll be the end for Jim Bagby. So Bagby gets into the 6th, but now will give way to the Indians' bullpen. Bagby grinded his way through A respectable showing, although he would want better. Here's Mel Harder. Harder has made 2 appearances so far this year in long relief, 3.72 earned run average. He comes in to deal with Buster Posey. Posey 0 for 2 so far. Breaking ball misses down low, 1-0. Fastball in the left. That's going to be in there for a base hit. So that the Giants, threatening again, have 2 runners on with nobody out here in the top of the 6th inning. This is where this Giants team gets scary. They just have a ability to make things kind of snowball on you. So we'll see here now as Kent steps in to face Harder. Kent 1 for 2. First pitch fastball from Harder in there for a called strike. Harder looks in. Here's the pitch. Kent pulls it down to first. Nice pick there by Thome. Caught it on the line. Runners get back. A nifty little play there by Jim Thome. Kent hit that one fairly hard. Here's Travis Jackson. Jackson 1 for 2. Dean Gregg and Carlos Carrasco throwing down in the Indians bullpen. But for now, Mel Harder will deal with Travis Jackson. Behind him 1-0. 2 men on, 1 out. Jackson 1 for 2. Pitch there, and Jackson hits this one deep to left. If it's fair, it's gone. That ball is out of here. Well, we talked about it snowballing when you face this Giants offense. Travis Jackson, 2nd home run of the year, a 3-run shot. And just like that, the thought that you've somewhat contained the Giants blows up in smoke. The Giants have a 6-1 lead. Travis Jackson turns this one around. That is right down the heart of the plate. That is a batting practice fastball. Cannot do that to anybody in this lineup. Travis Jackson, not even the most potent hitter in the lineup by any stretch. Don't tell him that. I don't know why I said if it stays fair. The camera angle made it look like that shot was down the line. That ball was just straight away left. It would have taken quite a wind gust off the river here in Cleveland to take that one foul. So the Giants have opened this one up to 6-1. They get another base hit there. And Freddie Lindstrom, it's Harder, almost gets drilled by that ball. So got to think there's going to be another reliever in the mix for Cleveland shortly. Pitch in there for a called strike to Hank Thompson. Thompson 0 for 3. Flew out his last time up. Thompson delivers. That one pulled in the hole. Lajoie gets there. Nice play. Throw to first. Spinning throw gets him. 2nd out of the inning is recorded. So Lindstrom moves up to 2nd. So here's Willie Mays stepping in with a runner in scoring position. Never what you want as the opposition. Mays 2 for 3 with a single and a homer. His 6th of the season. Mays hits this one deep to left. Going back, Brantley at the wall. Jumps. It's out of here. Willie Mays' 2nd home run of the game. The wheels have come off for the Indians here in the 6th. Mel Harder throwing kerosene on the fire. The Giants have opened it up. It is an 8-1 ball game. Willie Mays' 2nd home run of the game. That fastball inside. Mays turns on it. So his first home run went the other way. This one goes into Mays' wheelhouse. Brantley gives it a good leap at the wall. Close but no cigar. Mel Harder's day is done. Here comes Carlos Carrasco. Carrasco will make his first appearance of the season and try to keep things from getting to disrespectful proportions. The Giants open up the lead to 8-1. 2 down. Carrasco misses with the fastball down low. Here's Mel Ott. Ott 2 for 3 on the day. Again, Ott has been slow to start this season. Giants will hope that this is the sign of him breaking out. Fastball in there for a called strike, 1-1. Breaking ball misses down low. Count is 2-1. Here's the pitch. Ott pulls it down to first. Diving stop. Tomey knocks it down, but it's foul. And everybody will reset their positions. 2-2 pitch from Carrasco. Rings him up at the knees on the inside corner. But a pair of Giants home runs blow this game open. Jackson and Mays go deep. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Giants with an 8-1 lead. Here's Lajoie. Lajoie has struck out twice. He is 0 for 10 in the series. Fastball misses up and in. You know, if a slump like this happens in the middle of the season, you don't really notice it. Probably because you assume that Bowling Lajoie is probably hitting around 300 at that point. But for Lajoie to be this cold starting the season, although he strokes this one the other way, down the right field line to the wall, Lajoie with a leadoff double here in the bottom of the 6th. As much as we talk about the Giants hoping Mel Locke can get going, the Indians really need Lajoie to get going. Good piece of hitting there. Goes the other way. We'll see if Cleveland can try to start chipping away at this deficit. Here's Michael Brantley. Brantley 0 for 2. He has grounded out twice. Fastball misses down low. Count goes to 2-0. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball misses away. Manny Ramirez waits on deck. Again, it is hard to believe that this Indians lineup has been as collectively bad as it has been to start off this season. Just kind of makes you wonder. You're gonna pity the opponents once this Indians lineup does start to click. Shot down the left field line, but foul. So the count stays full as Keefe works here. Keefe now at 80 pitches. This one shot into center field. That's going to be a base hit. Runner comes around. Play at the plate. Not in time. Lajoie scores. The Indians have cut the deficit to 8-2. Good piece of hitting there by Brantley. Mays' throw, a solid one, but Lajoie gets in there. No real play. Great camera angle there. No opportunity for Posey. So here's Ramirez. Ramirez 0 for 2. Fastball on the corner, strike 1. Ramirez has struck out and popped out. Indians would love to see Manny start being Manny, as the cliche goes. Fastball misses down low. Keefe sets and delivers. Fastball at the knees for a strike, 1-2. Runner on first, nobody out. Keefe delivers. Manny pulls this one foul. Gave it a good ride, but hooked it. Count stays 1-2. Pitch, high and inside, misses. 2-2 count. Fastball, Ramirez goes the other way, down the right field line. That's going to be in. That's going to be extra bases. Ramirez heading for second. He'll be in there with a double. The runner will be held at third. He means nothing in a 6-run game. And I am thankful to see the intelligent base running there, because the opening game of the season was a Mets-Expos broadcast, and the Expos ran themselves out of 2 potential runs in the 9th inning of a 2-0 game. And I was like, oh boy, do I have to adjust the sliders? Did I do something with the ratings or whatever? I mean, I played, or simmed, upwards of 50 games in the testing process of this thing before I ever released it. I never saw any of that, but you do this creation stuff, you always second guess yourself a bit if you see something that looks a little awry. So we're seeing some questionable base running, but for the most part the base running is on point, which is good. You want to see some mistakes. I mean, these guys aren't perfect, and you want to see mistakes. You just want them to be at logical times and not too frequent. Tomey pulls it foul. So 1-2 count, nobody out, second and third. Indians have a chance to get themselves back into this game. Tomey swings and misses for the first out. Here's Larry Doby. Doby 1 for 2. Indians cannot squander this opportunity. They've got to get at least one of those runs in, if not both of them. Oh, 1 the count as Keefe works to Doby here. Pitch, swung on and missed, 0-2 the count. So Keefe trying to battle his way out of trouble. Gotten himself ahead of Doby here. Fastball misses well inside, 1-2. Breaking ball misses down low, 2-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball misses. So the count is now gone full on Doby. Fastball misses up high. So Keefe loads the bases. And now we're going to have to see. Keefe has obviously been brilliant throughout this game. But he is certainly scuffling here. He's approaching 100 pitches. Again, Keefe can throw all day. But he's losing his effectiveness here. Here's Luke Easter. Boy, does Luke Easter need something here. Slow start to the year. That pitch is in the dirt. Good block by Posey. Runners will have to hold where they are. .47 pitches in these last 2 innings for Keefe. Easter fouls it back, 1-1. Easter's going to wish he had that pitch back. That was a drivable baseball. Here's the pitch. Easter fouls this one off, 1-2. Keefe looks in, gets the sign from Posey. Here's the delivery. Breaking ball misses low and away. 2-2 the count. 1 out, bases loaded. Giants with a 6-run lead, but Indians threaten it. Pitch swung on and missed. High fastball. Easter chases it. 10th strikeout for Tim Keefe. Luke Easter's struggles continue here in the early season. So now it's going to be up to Jose Ramirez to try to keep this opportunity from being a complete waste. Fastball misses low and away. Ramirez 0 for 2. He has struck out and flown out. Count goes to 1-2. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses up and away. 2-2 the count. Keefe delivers. Ramirez to the right side. It's fielded. Kent throws to first. Side retired. Indians leave the bases stranded, and that was something they couldn't afford. We are through 6 here in Cleveland. Giants lead the Indians 8-2. So led to the top of the 7th, Kevin Mitchell steps in. Mitchell 1 for 3 on the day, a double and an RBI.
Kevin Mitchell.
He will face Carlos Carrasco through 5 pitches in getting out of the 6th. But not before the Giants blew this game open. First pitch, at the knees for a strike, 0-1 the count. First appearance of the year for Cookie Carrasco. Sets and delivers. Ground ball to short. Fielded cleanly by Jimenez. Throws over to Tomey for the first out.
Now batting, number 44.
So that'll bring in Willie McCovey. McCovey 2 for 3. Pair of singles, pair of runs scored. Goes golfing for a low change up there. Fouls it off. So the Indians, unfortunately for them, ran into the Giants when the Giants were hot and the Indians were cold. Indians did win the first game of this series, though. But, barring a dramatic change over these last 3 frames, the Giants will come into Cleveland and take 2 out of 3 as McCovey ropes another one. This one well to left center. It hangs up there, and a little bit more loft to it than I originally thought off the bat. Doby tracks it down in the gap, and that's 2 away. Here's Buster Posey. Posey 1 for 3 with a single. He has also scored a run today. Carrasco delivers. First pitch taken inside for ball 1. Fastball. Called. Strike. 1-1 the count. Our next game of the week broadcast will be Monday here on the channel. The Detroit Tigers and the Colorado Rockies in another interleague matchup. Pitchers for that game to be determined. Breaking ball from Carrasco misses down low. Count goes to 2-2. Here's the pitch. Slider misses low and away. Count goes full. Jeff Kent swinging on deck. Here's the pitch. Misses inside, ball 4. So 2-out walk issued by Carrasco. That'll bring up Kent. Kent 1 for 3, singled back in the 2nd inning. That Tigers-Rockies game will come to you live from Detroit and Tiger Stadium. 1-0 delivery. Fouled off. So 1-1 offering here from Carrasco to Kent. Saws him off. Tapped up the first baseline. Carrasco plays it, falling into foul territory. Throws to Tomei and gets him. Nice play there by Carrasco coming off the mound. As Jeff Kent gets sawed in half here. And pick his teeth with what's left in his hand. We head to the bottom of the 7th. Giants still holding an 8-2 lead over the Indians. Here's Victor Martinez. Martinez 1 for 2. 2 for 7 in the series. Keefe starts the inning with 109 pitches. So you got to imagine his leash will be fairly short. Scott Garrett and Felix Rodriguez throwing in the Giants bullpen. One offering from Keefe. Popped up on the infield. McCovey, by the mound, takes it, puts it away. Keefe just stands there and observes. Might have been nice of him to get out of the way. But McCovey makes the play regardless. Here's Andres Jimenez. Jimenez 0 for 2, strikeout and a groundout. Take a look again at the out-of-town scoreboard momentarily. His breaking ball is in there for strike 1. Jimenez stands in. Keefe delivers. This is way up high. So the Orioles and Yankees have exchanged leads. The Orioles now have a 6-5 lead there in the 7th. Derek Jeter, red hot to start the year, has 2 homers in that game for the Yankees, despite them trailing. The Red Sox lead the Twins 3-1. John Stone, home run for the Twins. Jason Varitek, a 2-run shot for the Red Sox. Speaking of shots, Jimenez pulls this one to right. It's deep, and that ball's out of here. Home run, Andres Jimenez. That's his 3rd of the season. He got all of that one. Gotta think that'll be it for Keefe. So it's a solo shot that merely makes the deficit 5 instead of 6. But at this point, the way the Indians have started this season, their fans are just happy to see some runs on the board. Jimenez turns that one around. And he was not cheated. 427 on the distance. He unloaded. Not sure I'd be putting my arm up down 5, but such is the era of the game. We'll do the grunty old man rant nonsense. Keefe unbelievably staying in here. And you're not protecting him for the win. He's up 5. He's good there as Bowling Lajoie steps in. Lajoie 1 for 3. That one popped up in foul territory. McCovey gives chase. He gets under it. Puts it away for the 2nd out.
Now batting, number 8.
So 2 men down. Here's Michael Brantley. Brantley 1 for 3, single and an RBI. Didn't see those season numbers though. Brantley, like the overwhelming majority of the Indians lineup, having a very slow start these first couple of weeks. Breaking ball misses, 1-0 the count. Again, I made a very concerted effort in setting up this game and doing my ratings and my formulas and everything like that to set it all up so that there would be deep pitching performances and complete games and shutouts and things like that, particularly from the older time pitchers. Again, this is kind of aimed to be a mid to late 70s, early 80s style league as far as play goes. And so far, it appears to be hitting that mark, which I am thankful for. Count 3-0 here to Brantley. Keefe delivers. Fastball at the letters, called a strike. Keefe has gotten that pitch plenty today. Here's the offering right down the heart of the plate. Brantley taking all the way there. That was a straight fastball right down the center. So the count to Brantley is now full. Ground ball back to the box. Keefe makes the play, throws to first, and the side is retired. We won't complain about the uniform glitch again. But Jimenez goes deep, gets the Indians another run, but they still trail by 5. We head to the 8th. Giants lead it 8-3. So here's Travis Jackson. Jackson, 2 for 3, a single and a homer. Carrasco still in for the Indians. Slider in there at the knees, called strike 1. There's the pitch. Jackson up the middle, ranging to the left, though. Nice play. Jimenez throw over to first. Gets him one away.
Now batting, number 8.
So Jackson grounds out. That'll bring up Freddie Lindstrom. Lindstrom 1 for 4 with a single and a run scored. Carrasco deals, misses inside, ball 1. Just shy of 41,000 here in Cleveland today. The pitch from Carrasco, that's a shot out to right. Have a play on it though, and it's put away. So Luke Easter puts that one away out and right for the second out. 2 men down, that brings up Hank Thompson. Thompson has gone 0 for 4 today. The shot line the other way, slicing foul though. And out of play. I'll jump back into the scoreboard that was interrupted earlier on. The A's leading the Blue Jays 5-2 in the 8th. Reggie Jackson, his second home run of the year, a 3-run shot. Roberto Alomar, 2 hits and an RBI for the Jays. Royals lead the Tigers 1-0 in the 5th. We'll get back to the scores later as Thompson goes down swinging. We are midway through the 8th. Giants have 8 on top of the Indians 8-3. So Keefe's day is done after 124 pitches. Here comes Scott Geraltz. Geraltz has made 4 appearances this year. He has yet to allow a run, 4 1/3 scoreless innings. Leading off against him, Manny Ramirez. Ramirez 1 for 3. He doubled his last time up. Phillies over the Marlins 4-0 in the 8th. Jimmy Rollins 2 for 4 with an RBI in that one for the Phils. Pirates lead the Expos 2-1 in the 8th. Jason Kendall a solo home run for the Pirates there. Cardinals and Brewers still scoreless in the 5th. Vinegar Ben Mizell, Corbin Burns locked up in a good pitcher's duel there. The Diamondbacks have come back against the Mets to take a 6-3 lead there in the 8th. Aribio Durazo, his second home run of the game. He's got 5 RBIs in that one. Bernard Gilkey with an RBI for the Mets. Rockies lead the Cubs 3-0. They're only in the 2nd. C.J. Cron, a 3-run home run to give Colorado the lead there. So 1-2 count to Ramirez facing Geraltz here in the bottom of the 8th. And Ramirez deep to left field, and that one is gone. Home run, Manny Ramirez. And again, surely the Indians still trailing by plenty. They're likely to lose this game. But if you're the Cleveland crowd, you're just happy to see some of the bats starting to do something. Manny, a big part of this team's success. He unloads on this one. 423 feet deep into the seats, out and left. This one is now an 8-4 ball game. Nobody out here in the 8th, so the Indians might be feeling a little bit hopeful here. Here's Jim Thome. Thome hit a bomb of his own back in the 2nd. Gerelt's behind him 1-0. The pitch misses way away. 2-0 the count. There's the pitch, misses inside. So Gerelt's now behind Thome 3-0. Larry Doby waits on deck. Fastball misses up high. So Thome takes the free pass. Nobody out. This is an 8-4 ball game. Giants lead it. Here's Doby. Doby 1 for 2. Singled back in the 5th. Slider away, misses well away. So Gerelt's having command issues here. We'll see how long they let him try to fight through that. The Giants do not want to let this game slip away. Still comfortable, of course, with a 4-run lead, but man on, nobody out. Run already in the inning. It's behind Doby 2-0. Fastball there on the corner for a strike. Gerelt's the delivery. Doby swings right through that one. That was in his zone, but he missed it. 2-2. High fastball, and Doby gets burned by that pitch again. He was burned by that one before. So Gerelt's goes upstairs on him for the strikeout. 1 away here in the 8th. So that'll bring up Luke Easter. Easter 0 for 3. Easter pulls this one hard, but foul. It is Easter Sunday here in the FSBL. And almost in lockstep with real life. Couple weeks difference. That won't be the case for long. Big swing and a miss there. Easter in the hole, 0-2. Here's the pitch. Misses inside. 1-2 the count. Gerelt's looks in. Here's the pitch. Misses inside again. So 2-2 the count now to Easter. Thome on first, 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th. High fastball, checked his swing, and they punch him out. So the third base umpire says that Easter went. That's the 2nd strikeout. And now, here's Jose Ramirez. Ramirez hitless on the day. First pitch swing, ground ball, down inside the first base line. That's going into the corner. Such as it is out there with the rounded wall. Going to be a double. Runner comes around. Play at the plate. And he's out. Oh, Thome makes the last out at home. Relay throw in time. Well executed. Debatable call to send him there. I know his run doesn't mean anything, but still, you're trying to get runs as you can get them. That was a very solid relay. From Ott to Kent to Posey to gun Thome down at the plate. Jim Thome, though, not fast. I can understand sending a runner possibly in that situation. I'm just not sure you do it with Jim Thome. But regardless, we're here in the 9th. Giants now lead it, or continue to lead it, 8-4, top of the ninth. Willie Mays, 2 homers on the day, 3 for 4 in total. He's up 2-0 in the count here against Carrasco. That one is scalded to left for a base hit. So Willie Mays continues to be red hot on the day. That's his 4th hit.
Now batting, number 4.
Right on the button. Past a leaping, outstretched Jose Ramirez. 114 off the bat. So here comes Ott. Again, Ott came in this game with a slow start to the season. He's got a pair of hits today, though. And this one is hit deep. The other way. Way back. Brantley's going to look up, and that ball is out of here. So the Giants continue to just rake. Mel Ott's 3rd home run of the season brings Mays home. It's a 2-run shot off Carlos Carrasco, and the Giants extend their lead to 10-4. Ott takes the low pitch and drives it the other way. Straight away left. Brantley goes back to the wall and just gives it a peek. So it's a 10-4 ball game. Nobody out in the top of the ninth. Here's Kevin Mitchell. Mitchell 1 for 4. Fastball in there for a called strike. Mitchell with an RBI double earlier. 0-1 count. Angels taking a 3-0 lead on the Rangers. Dick Schofield 3 for 3 with an RBI in that game. Phillies about to finish off the Marlins, it appears, in the 9th inning. Al Orth. Actually, at that game, they just hadn't registered the final there. Al Orth threw a complete game shutout. The Expos have tied it. Bryce Harper's 2nd home run of the year. They're even with the Pirates, 2-2. Mitchell goes down swinging there for the first out. So that'll bring up McCovey. McCovey 2 for 4. Again, this Giants squad just got a great 40-man draw off the start. If you had to bet going into this season, I would probably say it's Giants and A's. The Bay Area series. But plenty of other good contending teams can disrupt that. The A's will have to get through the Yankees, Red Sox at some point. These Indians will be heard from despite their slow start to the season. And nationally, the Giants have to fight their own division with the Dodgers, who just have an outstanding pitching staff. The Cardinals and the Cubs will be solid. The NL East is going to be a very interesting watch. Strengths and weaknesses among all of those teams. Fastball there sets McCovey down looking. So a little too late. Does Carrasco get sharp here, fanning the last 2. But that follows the 2-run homer from Ott to make it a 10-4 ball game. Here's Buster Posey. Posey 1 for 3. The Braves, an exceptional group of pitching. Their 40-man draw. They got the big 3. Maddox, Smoltz, and Glavine all showed up in that draw, as did Warren Spahn and old-time 19th century pitcher Jim Whitney. So, I mean, the Braves' rotation is great. The Braves' question is their lineup. The Braves do not figure to score very much. Their lineup not considered even in the top half in the league. But if they get anything out of that lineup, the Braves, I think, win that division. Shot here into right. That gets down for a base hit. But I don't think any of the teams in the East are strong enough to stop either the Giants or the Dodgers, or for that matter, the Cardinals or the Cubs. The Pirates have a solid group too. The Reds also. I think the Reds might be lacking a bit in the pitching department. The Reds can certainly contend. I think you got one wild card position up for grabs, because I think whoever doesn't win between the Giants and the Dodgers will get one of the wild card spots. 1-0 count to Kent. Kent back to the mound. Carrasco gloves it. Throws to Tomey, and the side is retired. But Melott goes deep for his 3rd home run of the year. The Indians had gotten one in the bottom of the 8th. The Giants, though, get 2 here in the top of the 9th. We head to the bottom of the 9th. Last shot for the Indians. They trail 10-4. So here's Victor Martinez. Martinez 1 for 3 with a single.
The catcher, Victor Martinez.
First pitch from Gereltz. Taken outside for a ball. Here's the pitch. That one pulled, yanked, but foul. All these stadiums that guys created with the stadium generator, I know most of them are not exact replicas. Largely, the foul area can only be edited so much. So like there's a fairly expansive foul territory area in a lot of the created stadiums. But on the whole, I still think they're really good. And as long as they are a reasonable facsimile, I like putting the teams in their older ballparks. There's some older ballparks in the game which are done great, Crosley and Forbes, and the Reds and the Pirates are in those stadiums. This one's lined out to right. Ott puts it away for the first out.
Now batting, number 0.
So I'll bring up Andres Jimenez. Jimenez 1 for 3, hit a solo shot back in the 7th. He's having a good start to the season. First pitch there, fastball misses inside. One 1-0 the count as Gereltz looks in, trying to wrap this one up. 2 outs away. Fastball misses, counts 2-0. Rue Waddell, solid 8-inning performance for the A's, who continue to lead the Jays 5-3. Fastball misses up high. Rays lead the White Sox 3-0. Steve Pearce, the 2-run hit in that game. Fastball, called strike. Count is 3-1 to Jimenez. Checks his swing, that's a called strike anyway, and the count goes full. Here's the pitch. Ground ball down to first. McCovey has it himself, takes it to the bag for the second out, and the Indians have 1 out to get 6 runs. I'm going to go on a limb and consider that unlikely. Here's Napoleon Lajoie. Lajoie 1 for 4 with a double and a run scored. Pitch in there for a called strike. Gereltz steals, misses up high, 1-1 the count. I hadn't checked the schedules, I'm not sure who's up next for these two teams. Oh, slider there. Lajoie goes waving somewhat aimlessly at that one. 1-2 the count. Gereltz steals. Fastball misses inside. 2-2 the count now. Lajoie hopes to keep things going. That one pulled hard, but foul. Count stays 2-2. 2 outs, bottom of the 9th. Gereltz working to Lajoie, trying to end it. Line drive, that's a base hit in the center. So Lajoie has his second hit of the day. He won't let the game stop on his watch. Stops at first with a line drive base hit into center field. That'll bring up Michael Brantley. Brantley 1 for 4. Pitch there, Brantley. To Ott. puts it away. Side is retired. The ball game is over, and the San Francisco Giants continue their winning ways of the early season. They improve to 14-2. Tim Keefe, another strong start. The Bats continue to put balls out of the yard. The big inning, the 5-run sixth there. But in total, 10 runs, 16 hits, no errors for the Giants. You see Travis Jackson's home run, but Jackson homered. Mays hit 2. Ott went deep as well. That is a good recipe for success if you are the San Francisco Giants. 4 runs, 10 hits, 1 error for the Indians. Tim Keefe, the winner, improves to 4-0. Jim Bagby, the loser, falls to 0-2. In the loss, Cleveland home runs for Manny Ramirez, Jim Thome, and Andres Jimenez. 7 balls left the yard in this one. See a 4-hit performance from Willie Mays, 3 runs, 3 RBIs. Ott, 2 runs, 2 RBIs, and a 3-hit performance. Travis Jackson drove in 4 on the day for San Francisco. His second. Homer, Ott's third. Mays hit 6 and 7. Keefe has lowered that ERA to 1.69. For the Indians, pair of hits for LaJoie and Ramirez. Again, the Indians desperately need both of them to get going. So look at those batting averages. That is not a good group other than Thome, who's batting .318, and Thome went deep today for his home run, his third of the year. Jimenez also has 3, the home run for Ramirez, his second. Bagby's ERA goes up to 3.1. Mel Harder continues to struggle. Carlos Carrasco also sees his ERA stay in a somewhat inflated sense. So through play today, we'll check out the leaderboards really quick. National League batting leader Christian Yelich of the Marlins batting .418 to this point. Jim Edmonds behind him at .415. 5 guys still holding their average up at .400 2 weeks into the season. 2 of them from the Giants. Willie McCovey at .404. Travis Jackson at .400 here in the National League. Acuna, Moises Alou, and Zach Wheat rounding out those top 8. Moving over to the American League, 3 guys still holding on the .400 mark a couple weeks into the year, led by Ichiro Suzuki of the Mariners, batting .409. Derek Jeter got his average up to .400 today. Brett Boone of the Mariners also at .400. Ken Williams and Bernie Williams at .395. Adam Kennedy at .379. Hot start hit for him for the Angels. Ken Griffey Jr. and Reggie Smith rounding out the top 8 leaderboard in the American League. Moving on, we will check out the home run leaders. Willie Mays, with his 2 shots today, takes over the National League lead with 7. Lucas Duda of the Mets has 6, despite a low average to this point. Ronald Acuna of the Braves, Sherry McGee of the Phillies, also with 6. Kent and McCovey of the Giants each have 5, as does Big George Foster and Johnny Mize of the Cardinals. Among your home run leaders early on in the National League. In the American League, Mickey Tettleton, a 3-homer game yesterday against the Royals, lifts him to 7. The Tigers catcher / DH leading the American League. Ken Griffey Jr. and Tommy Henrich each at 6. Griffey figures to stay on that list. Henrich just had that unconscious opening series in Texas, hitting 5 homers in the 4-game set. Charlie Keller, Derek Jeter also has 5 home runs early on. Ted Williams on that list as well. Your RBI leaders, the American League RBI leaders, Derek Jeter, after his 2-home run day today, leading the way there with 17. Jimmy Fox, Lou Gehrig, Mickey Tettleton with 16. Mark Trumbo, Mark McGuire, Manny Machado, and Bob Neiman, who's gotten off to a nice start for the Orioles, all with 15 in the American League. Moving on over to the National League leaders. Willie Mays, on the strength of his performance today, has taken over the RBI lead in addition to the home run lead. Mays with 16 RBIs on the season to this point. Larry Walker of the Rockies, we'll see him in the next game of the week as they take on the Tigers. Walker has 15. Bill Lang of the Cubs with 14. Carlos Beltran of the Mets with 13. And then Gabby Hartnett, Zach Wheat, Ronald Acuna, and Ryan Howard with 12 RBIs as your NL leaderboard. Take a quick look at the ERA leaders staying here in the National League. Randy Johnson has been exceptional for the Diamondbacks, 0.35 to start the season. Javier Vasquez of the Expos. Again, the Expos, keep an eye on them this season. They, I think, are going to hang around that wild card hunt. Kershaw, McGinnity, Nichols, Roberts, Chris Capuano, off to a fine start for the Brewers, and Tom Seaver round out your National League leaders. In the American League, Pedro Martinez is the class of that outfit, 0.34 so far. Camilo Pascual of the Twins at 0.37, Cy Young at 0.38. Then it's Grove and Hudson for the A's, Severino off to the injured list. He was injured. The first two significant injuries, actually, of the FSBL happened in the same game. The Yankees lost Severino, and he was hit by a comebacker in their game last week against the Blue Jays. That broken hand will keep him out for a couple of months, but also injured in that game for the Blue Jays, the scalding hot Kelly Gruber. Gruber was batting .521 in his first 11 games of the season. He has a broken forearm, trying to make a diving play. He landed awkwardly. He is going to be out up to 3 months. A devastating loss for a Blue Jays team that was hoping things would break right and they could get into the wild card hunt. Those ERA leaders rounded out by Frank Larry and Ted Lyons. Again, we're only a couple weeks into the season, so this really is a very, very preliminary leaderboard. Lots will change between now and the end of the season. But it's baseball, and who doesn't love stats with baseball? But anyway, that will round up this broadcast. I thank you, as always, for joining me here. The Giants defeat the Indians 10-4 in Cleveland. Giants, again, just red hot to start the season. Quite possibly will prove to be the best team in the league. They will certainly be up there all season long and be fun to watch. I thank you for joining me here. Click the subscribe and like buttons if you have not as of yet. Most importantly, be good to each other, and we'll talk soon.